Okay, so today we're learning about powers and exponents. We should be on page 14 in our textbooks. In example 1, okay, now last hour we had some students getting confused with the directions, okay? If it says write the product as a power, okay, all we're doing is counting how many times a number is multiplied by itself, and we're writing it as a power. So on this first example, we see that 2 is multiplied by itself how many times, class? 4 times. So I could write it as a power, 2 to the 4th. I'm not evaluating anything. I'm not actually multiplying it out. I'm just writing it as a power. All right, now on the next one, we have 4 multiplied by itself how many times? Take a second to count. How many? 6. So it would be 4 to the 6th power. All we're doing here is writing products as powers. And then with letter C, okay, now here we have a variable. It's no different though. I just count how many times the variable is multiplied by itself and I raise it to that power. So I have x multiplied by itself 5 times, so it would be x to the 5th power. All right, now in example 2, now we are evaluating. Remember yesterday we learned about this term, evaluate. That means to simplify or to solve, okay? So we are actually going to multiply these out. 7 to the 2nd power, or 7 squared, is the same thing as 7 times 7, right? Which is 49. Now on your... well, you won't have homework tonight, but on your classwork today, you don't actually have to write this step, all right? I just assume that you know that 7 squared is 49. All right, now 4 to the 3rd power. Now, this is another mistake that I see happen often. 4 to the 3rd power is not 4 times 3. It is not 4 times 3. The exponent doesn't tell me, okay, 4 times 3. It tells me how many times the base is multiplied by itself. Okay, so it's actually 4 times 4 times 4. And does anybody know what that is? Anybody? McKee?
64.
64. All right, and then what about 3 to the 1st power, or any number raised to the 1st power? Will be?
3.
Just 3 in this case. So any number raised to the 1st power will be that number itself, okay? Because it's just that number one time. All right, so 3 to the 1st power is 3. 15 to the 2nd power. We might need our calculators for this one. Now remember, again, it's not 15 times 2. It's 15 times itself 2 times. Anybody know what 15 squared is? Chris?
30.
Nope. No, because it's not 15 times 2. It's 15 times itself 2 times.
225.
225. Very good. I'm telling you, it's a very common mistake. Please don't make that mistake on the quiz and test. What about this next one, letter E, 10 to the 0 power? Anybody know what a number raised to the 0 power would be? Quentin? No, it's not 0, which is kind of what we would think it would be, but it's not. Warsay? Nope, not 10.
100.
Nope. It would be 1. 1. Any number raised to the power of 0 is always 1. Put it in your calculator. 10. Where's my raised button? 0 power is 1. Okay. The raised button is the little carrot-looking thing on your calculator. All right, so we're going to say 1, and next to it in your notes, I want you to write always. Always. Okay? Any number raised to the 0 power is always 1. What about 0 raised to the 4th power? What do you think that one would be, Zach?
0.
Just 0. 0 times 0 times 0 times 0. Doesn't matter how many times you multiply 0 by itself, it will still be 0. So that would be the answer. All right. So in example 2, we're actually evaluating. We're actually multiplying it out. In example 1, we were just writing the product as a power. There is a difference, and you need to make sure that you pay attention to the directions on your classwork, on your quiz, and on your test. Okay, now in example 3, this is a small tie-in to what we did yesterday. All right, evaluating expressions, okay, and substituting the value for the variable. That's a lot of what we're doing right here in example 3. So we're going to start off with letter A. We're going to write the original problem. Evaluate x squared when x equals 9. Make our substitution. And yes, you do need to show this step. 9 squared equals 81. And box it. Now on the next one, b cubed. Now remember, raised to the third power, we can also describe that as cubed. Okay, but that is b to the third power. You should be writing this in your notes. When b equals 7, make your substitution. 7 to the third power equals, anybody know? McKee?
343.
Very good, 343. All right, and then last but not least, evaluate c to the fourth when c equals 2. So again, original problem, c to the fourth. When c equals 2, make your substitution. 2 to the fourth equals 16. And if you understand that, that's everything you need to know for 1.3.